So, you finally want to start on the path to top surgery! And yeah, so hello! And welcome to today's episode, the second episode. First one, I'll post a link up above. And it's just me talking about why I want top surgery. Which isn't very informative. But this one is! This is supposed to be an informative video for all you folks. Because today we're going to talk about the steps you'll probably have to take in the event that you are looking to get top surgery, as many in the transgender community know it as, or as healthcare providers know it as, mastectomy! And I will spell that down here somewhere. It'll be just mastectomy so you can know how it's spelled. Even though a dictionary exists, but whatever. So, yes, mastectomy is the word you are going to want to use when talking to any healthcare providers on the topic of top surgery, which includes, unfortunately, insurance providers. If you tell them top surgery, your insurance providers will literally type in top surgery, and it'll be like, nah, we don't cover this. But if you tell them mastectomy, they'll be able to, actually figure it out. Don't ask me why, it's just how it goes. They like using big words. They like using, the actual medical terms for things, which makes sense, but it's rolling on. Now, I could give you the entire backstory of my own journey so far with top surgery, but that's not the point of today's video. Today, I just want to give you the possible tools that I can to make you self-advocating easier when it comes to getting top surgery. There are two routes you could go for top surgery, but almost all of them will eventually require a trip to a gender therapist for a lovely letter stating that yes, you are of sound mind and absolutely need/want this surgery, which for a lot of us it's a need a mastectomy in order to feel comfortable in your body. So yes, that is essentially to my knowledge and what I've gathered, the point of that letter and that meeting is to essentially therapist says, okie dokies, this person's good to go. But again, that's later down the line. But if you get it before this, then before the steps, then you're good to go as well. So, in relative order, step 1. There's some steps for you all to make it nice, neat, and to the point. Step 1, talk with your doctor or a doctor at Planned Parenthood. Yes, Planned Parenthood can help with this too. Just make sure that they're a Planned Parenthood that actually does anything dealing with transgender patients in terms of transitioning. I had to go to one that is not near my house in order to actually get back on team. But I digress. Either your regular doctor that is transgender friendly and actually can help you with these steps and follows WPATH or WPATH. WPATH, I think is what it's called. At least in my state, it's called WPATH. Or Planned Parenthood about wanting to have a mastectomy, and ask what the gender dysphoria diagnosis code is, because that code will help you when talking with insurance companies. For me, the code is F64.8. If you're in Washington State, that will also be the code you use. And I'll post that right here. Gender dysphoria diagnosis code F64.8. That is that code. It might be the code that is used federal-wise, but just in case, double check with your doctors what the gender dysphoria diagnosis code for you in your state. So step 2. Call your insurance provider, the one thing everyone hates to do in the world. But yes, you have to call your insurance provider. So here is what I ended up telling mine. So essentially I just stated my name and that you are interested in benefits towards gender-affirming mastectomy under gender dysphoria diagnosis code, and then for me, F64.8. You are going to want to get some pen and paper to write down the information so you don't forget anything like me, because that can be not fun, especially when you have to then take this information back to your doctor. So some general questions you could ask are, what does the insurance cover in total, meaning everything? Does it cover just the surgery itself, or does it cover, the doctors, post-op, all that? Does it cover as I said, does it cover the hospital stay, the post-op, consultation, surgeon? These are things that you're going to want to make sure that you figure out, what does your insurance cover? My insurance covers everything except for 20% co-insurance 20% copay co-insurance thing, and then my deductible. So that's what I have to worry about on top of everything else. But just back on the questions, if not, what do you have to pay out of pocket? That would be your copay. You know, is there a deductible? What will I have to pay at the time of surgery? And are there any other fees that I need to worry about or know about? Those are things that, it seems very scary, and I will post links down, or not links, I will post these questions down below so that you all can actually see what those questions will probably be that you should probably more likely ask your insurance. That way you know for yourself that, yes, my insurance does going to cover it. This is all it's going to cover. This is what I need to do in order to make sure that I have the funds for this. So on to the next step. Step number three. Once you have all the information you've gathered from above, before, whatever you want to say, call your doctor or Planned Parenthood, if you were going through Planned Parenthood, to let them know what your insurance will cover and all of that. They should then, to my knowledge, reach out to potential surgeons that are within your insurance network for consultations, or they might have you do it, but I think it's your doctors that do that for you. In my case, I worked with, my insurance has its own little separate group that deals with the transgender patients who want top surgery, and they sort of go through the surgeons with me and figure out who's available for consultations, and then I have to set the appointment. So yes, step 4, you will have to set the appointment with your for the consultation with the surgeon of your choice. So yeah, that's something that you will have to do. When you go in, you are definitely probably going to want to have your letter from the therapist and from the doctor, so that way you have both those letters stating that, yes, the doctor says I'm good to go with this, my therapist says I'm good to go with this, now I need to make sure that, we are simpatico on the procedures that, you yourself want for the mastectomy. And I know that there are different versions of the surgery, so because I just thought this right now, go ahead and research that on your own to figure out, which one you would feel comfortable with, and that way you and the doctors can just, go back and forth and be like, this is what he'll probably say. They'll probably say, this is what is good for, your chest type. This is what you're looking for, and just sort of, I guess, figure out which one's the best thing for you and your health. And I haven't gotten this far in my own consultation. I haven't even done my consultation yet. But I figured that would be helpful, potentially. So there's that for you all as well. Now to sort of switch gears, let's talk about the steps you might have to take outside of doctor's appointments and insurance in the event that you're an adult like me and have a job like me. Or just, you have a job in general, even if you don't. wow, my brain went dead. Even if you have a job in general and just happen to, live with your folks because you're still in school or something like that. That's another thing you have to consider as well is, school. Um, Step one, if you have a supportive work environment, then you can go ahead and tell them that you need time off for top surgery, which is what I did with mine because I'm protected by a union, so woo. But in the event that you don't have a supportive work environment, then you can just say that you're looking for when the best time off of work would be due to an upcoming surgery. For me, that time next year after football season. Um, because of my job, I know that we have busy seasons and like not so busy seasons. So I wanted to figure out when I could safely take off work because I would feel guilty if I took off work and then they were like overloaded with work and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't help, I'm recovering. Um, so that was my whole reason for wanting to figure that out. Step two, once you have your basic time frame, remember you're probably going to spend about 8 weeks out of work. Once you have your basic time frame of like when you can, safely ask off of work for, which also, gives them plenty of time to realize, oh, this person's not going to be at work for this giant chunk of time, so we have to work around that as well. And that's another reason for talking to your manager or lead person, whoever is in charge of your specific department. You then should talk with your HR department about medical leave, see the steps you need to take for that, and then figure out how much paid time off you've required at that point in time, and what you might end up later on. So that way you can say, okay, I want to put this many hours for each day. So that way you're still having a bit of income on top of any that you've managed to save to help cover for rent and bills for the time that you're recovering. Because that is something that you also need to consider, especially if you don't have that much PTO or paid time off acquired. Um, so yeah, that's something else that you need to consider as well. For step number three, figure out your recovery team. This can be friends, family, partners, etc. Basically, the recovery team is there to help you with things because of you won't be able to do them because you're going to be like you'll be a T-Rex and probably not be able to do much. So yeah, those are like the things that I can think of for things that you should probably be thinking about for top surgery outside of like doctors and insurance-y stuff. And I almost do like a little magic hands. I don't know. That's all for today's video. It's mainly based on all things that I've learned and thought about as far as my own top surgery quest. I know it's a lot to process. Believe me, I'm still having trouble processing what I need to do, and I've just started this process. So yeah, in the event that you are worried about the cost of top surgery like I am, then don't hesitate to start a GoFundMe, UCaring, Ko-Fi, etc. Any type of fundraising service that you feel comfortable using. I myself am using Ko-Fi because I don't feel like dealing with UCaring or GoFundMe. So, so I have a Ko-Fi goal, which I'll post down below. But anyway, don't hesitate to start one of those to help fund your own surgery. Share it on social media, share it with your supportive friends, family, etc. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to be nervous when asking for help as well. But remember, you are not alone. This isn't a quest that you have to do by yourself. This isn't one that you shouldn't have to make by yourself. I'm not saying this is going to be easy, but because it might not be. You might hit some snags and minor roadblocks along the way, but you'll make it in the end. You'll get the surgery you've always been dreaming about for as long as you can remember. You'll get there, and I believe in you. And remember, take care, be safe. You are loved. Love you all so much. So yeah, and I will see you all later, and bye. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you found it to be informative, please hit the like and subscribe button, and also comment down below if you want to know more about this process or anything at all concerning transitioning, and I will do my best to answer those questions and look those up for you so that way y'all can know stuff. But anyway, I gotta head out now, but I will see you all next time, and bye!